So my number one request from my last empty house tour was please update us with a furnished house tour. A couple months later, we were almost there. This is my final updated furnished house tour. This one's for you guys. So I guess we have finally moved in, quote unquote, with work still to do. I think that will never change, but you can see from the front entryway, this place hasn't changed too much other than a buttload of shoes that are sitting there. We've got Link's food bowl, which I think he needs some more food, but you can tell I live in this house. Stuff is going on. Up this entryway here into, I guess, the first room. So coming up the entryway into the room that has probably changed the most since the empty house tour, this is the living room. So you can see we've got some big furniture pieces in here. So for example, this big sectional couch. So this was from Entryway. This was in the basement before. It is now finally sitting upstairs. This is literally where Link loves to hang out and do neighborhood watch. He watches people walk by. He barks at everyone. He is our guard dog. We've got this coffee table here. This is in terrazzo stone. If you've ever been to Apple campus, it is stone similar to this. Not saying I tried to copy them. I've told you that I built a house like an Apple store before. You can see literally all the glass, maybe slightly inspired by some of the architecture from Apple. You can see some of the wood slats, which took the longest, but they are up there. Just a lot of warmth in this room, especially with having 20-foot ceilings. I feel like we needed that instead of having, the stark white. But the biggest change to me personally, if you ever have a kid, they take over the house. This is Kira's office. This is her playroom. So you can see she's got a little play mat. She's got a little jumper, her toys. I'm thinking when she starts to crawl, so she's 7 months, we're just gonna section this place off with a gate. We'll move all this furniture away and this will just be her little play zone. This is her house now. It's no longer mine. But I do have some really cool B-roll of this place before she moved in, which I'll share right now. And you can also probably see from there all the natural light that comes in. We're shooting this a bit earlier in the morning as the sun kind of goes over the house. All that sun kind of drips through this room from the afternoon to the late afternoon. It gets really nice. And obviously we can control things. The biggest question I get is, do you have blinds? How do you prevent that? I can control all the blinds in my place with the press of my app, which I will get to in a separate smart home tour, which will be another video. The last little room in this room is a smaller room. Does that make sense? This is a little broom closet. Got a little bit of tech going on in here. We've just got some little vacuums. This one has actually been my favorite. So this one is the new Bosch Unlimited 10. It's got some really nice weight to it. I use this mainly to clean my place. You can see it's got the little LED lights, but what I really like is it has some extra weight where I can just kind of glide it around. Works both on hardwood and the suction power increases on carpet, which is really sweet. It's got a bunch of different heads that I can choose from. It's fully articulating. I can get into all the little nooks, crannies underneath all the furniture now, which I have, which has become a lot harder, but this just makes the cleanup game a lot easier. And especially with Link, as he likes to come in from his walks with all of his muddy little footprints, this thing has been a game changer. And what I really like compared to say a Dyson, this has a swappable battery because when you run out, you can just switch it at the back. Simple, clean. I just need to find out a better solution to charge it in my broom closet, but that is some smart home tech that you need. Moving on to this way. So this is the TV room / kitchen area. So I'd say this is the area that is probably the most furnished. And if you've watched any of my older stuff, you'll probably be familiar, with this couch, this TV table, that little console there. All those came from my condo, which is nice that I can still incorporate them into here. But this entire piece here, this is the main TV console. This took a while to make. So featuring in it is a 100-inch TCL TV. I currently have a 115-inch en route. So it will be slightly larger, I believe 5 inches or so larger on each side. It will take up even more of the space. You can see that I've just got an LG soundbar right now. It is not mounted properly because when the new 115-inch one comes, we need to figure out where that goes, but the little bracket should be there. That will eventually get wall mounted. If you haven't seen any of this stuff, as a tech reviewer, this is what I built. So this custom console, these panels all slide So theoretically, when I'm reviewing a new TV, the one that's wall mounted, I don't have to, worry about taking it down. All these panels slide, there's 2 more in there, and then I can just put the new TV on top of the console, not have to worry about anything going on in the background. It all tucks away into this little cabinet. And also when you have people over, it's nice when you don't want to watch TV. I feel like TVs are a bit of an eyesore when they're off. Like, as an example, imagine 100 inches is just a black box, 115 inches will be even larger, and it's just this black empty space. You can close all those panels and it just is super seamless. You can see that I've also just got some surround sound. So for example, my LG little speakers on the side, those are side facing / rear facing. I've just got another little subwoofer and a Google Home Max hub. I think this has to move. I don't know if I like the placement, but it's there. It just tells me the time. We've got another Dyson lamp, more so as a reading lamp. I really love how this kind of swivels and it gives some nice ambiance, and it kind of plays with the light on this tile. So I introduced this before. I've partnered with a Japanese brand because Japanese are known for their ceramics. So these are Inax Japanese tiles in the white. You'll see some in the washroom also, but I kind of had that pattern continue all throughout this entire wall. Obviously, you see the windows. The big work in progress, now that we're finally finished the house, is to have a deck that goes onto the back. That's why there's scaffolding. That is literally project 2.0. That might even happen next year. I feel like we're ready into the spring. So don't worry about the back. We'll get to that. All these windows kind of stack open, but kind of coming around your way. New furnishings, we have a dining table. So this one is also custom from Atriani. What was really nice is they color matched this to our floor. So I think they actually did a really nice job of matching that completely. And I believe in my last video, I mentioned the flooring that we worked with. So Unique Parquet, they're 100% natural, 100% sustainable. It's in an oil finish. So that is literally all the floor throughout the main floor, as well as up in the studio, the bedrooms. That is all Unique Parquet. They make some great stuff. The chairs, because of the larger dining table, I have 6 of now. Rove Concepts in leather. And actually we have Kira's matching little high table, also in black. So that's kind of a cool little match to Mama and Papa's chairs. Kira has her own. Coming into, I keep saying my favorite room, but a lot of the house is. This is the kitchen. It's really nice how everything flows together. We brought over our bar stools from our condo. Maybe might add one extra one. They've held up really well, and it actually matches the gray stone, which this is all in quartzite. It's a natural stone. It is pretty much the entire kitchen here. Really like the backsplash and the little veins of orange that run throughout the stone. Really nice, incorporating my favorite color. And into the little coffee nook. So this is where I've been learning to make espresso. I won't pretend that I'm a pro or anything, but this machine is from Meraki. This is really nice. It's really beginner friendly as I learn to pour espresso, do all of that. We obviously have Kira's Tech, our little bottle warmer. We have toaster, that is that area. I've got a full separate smart kitchen tour on the appliances, all the built-in tech here. But as an example, these are all from Monogram. They're built in. So this, for example, is the freezer. We can do a quick what's in the fridge now that there's actually food in it. After we do our Costco runs weekly, you can see some food that just gets mucked. And inside here, this is the pantry, which is hidden. Got to show you my favorite thing in here, which will hopefully never get eaten. I have the only box of Karl's Lucky Charms that exists in the world. I worked with them on a project a decade ago, and now I hold on to that as a little keepsake, and that will live in here. Coming onto this way, which feels nice and lived in now, it's our, for example, our stove. Once again, from Monogram, we went with a gas range here, especially we like to cook. We've just got little things, this little kettle from Japan, which is cool, really known, like I said, for their ceramics. Lots of things that I picked up while I've been traveling, which is nice. I can bring them back home and actually use them. Like this little Haribo pot I picked up in Germany. Looking a little empty, which I might need to refill, but Link's Treats. Link, that is like an alarm for Link. He knows on command, will you catch for the camera? Okay, ready? 2, 3, hut. 0 for 1. Come on, Link, you gotta show the people what they want. Hup. Okay, 1 for 2. And that is pretty much the main floor. Before we go upstairs, we've just got a little bar nook, starting to fill this out. We were just in Australia, as an example. We picked that up in Sydney, which is nice, matches our Toronto one. More matching tile from Japan. Once again, this is in black. I call this the Batman washroom. As you probably cannot see me, it is dark, moody as heck, but really, really cool and different. And on to upstairs. So you guys have seen this stairwell before. This just leads on up to the studio. And I would say out of all the rooms, this is the biggest shit show because we just moved this last. All this like studio stuff came from my old studio. This is quote unquote the new studio. So it is starting to take shape. Before you probably saw this completely empty. We now have lights that are mounted. No, those were there last time. So the lights were always there, but all these desks are new. If you know, you know what this is. I'm honestly gonna leave this room very messy until I do a full like clean, full actual tour. But you can see like an A-roll spot kind of going up. I just put, you know, the desk in and that far corner. Got a couple displays planned. We have the audio blankets here, which if you remember from my old studio are really useful because you can kind of wheel these around if you are recording. We've got a top-down view, which is messy as heck, but that needs some work. Essentially every single piece of this studio needs work. It has the most tech, but I think this will take the longest time to get set up, but this is a quick little peek. That's it. Don't want to see anything else other than this Lego, which all has to be built. Like, how many sets of Lego do I have? It is like, depending when this video goes out, May the 4th is around the corner. I have like 8, 9 boxes. Got the Millennium Falcon to make. It's a lot. Let's continue up. So coming into our bedroom now, and what I actually really love about the windows here, maybe my favorite thing is when the leaves are coming in. So the buds are just starting to sprout. When that comes like fully in, it honestly feels like we are living in a treehouse, which is cool. So the cool thing about the bedroom, it's obviously like where the magic happens, but it is a bit moodier here. So we have some of this slatting on the back. We went with actually black. I can't remember from our last video if this was done, but this was one of the last things that we wanted in the bedroom. So that kind of wraps all the way around. 3/4 there. And then honestly, just the other day, we had Kira's like change table here. She finally moved it. I mean, she didn't move it. I built like an IKEA dresser for her in her room. So that is now reclaimed. It is ours. You know, I think you've seen this from my old bedroom, just some nice little funky lights, you know, a little tech inside. You've got like a Philips Hue light bulb, which is pretty simple. The Drio fan. A lot of you guys knock me for the Drio stuff. I actually use it here in the bedroom just to keep myself cool. As it gets, you know, obviously hotter, it can keep my side because I sleep, you know, on this side. So you can see we've divided the dressers up into kind of like his and hers. My Nintendo Switch, which I've played like 10, 12 hours of Pokemon Leaf Green. I'm a big like Leaf Green guy. Bulbasaur, the best Pokemon. I will die on that hill. I've just got my little wireless charger there. And then we actually both have little Google Nest home units just to pretty much tell the time. A lot of questions I've had about this lamp, which is actually from Dyson. It's one of their older ones. I've had close to a decade, but looks really industrial. I love the little black and silver details, aluminum. It's nice, and I can use it as an extra reading light, or a switch light, as I like to say. A lot of the furniture, I've told you it's from Rove Concepts, so this is actually in walnut. So I feel like it has a nice little contrast between the white oak, which you see all along here. These are all built-in drawers, which are really nice, or cabinets. So if we actually take a look, surprisingly, a lot of these have been full. You know that I do have a sponsorship with Harry Rose, and they hook me up with all my clothing. So as an example, all my, you know, nicer clothes, I think we like alternate. This one's like mine, cats, which is cool. And then we have a little walk-in closet. Kira has her own dedicated little hamper bin, which is really cute. And then, yeah, you just don't want to see any of the clothes in there. It's cool. We've got some LED lighting that wraps around up top. And for tech, we have an LG OLED in our bedroom, which we sometimes watch, you know, we watch like a show at the end of the day. It's just plugged into a little LG soundbar. It's simple. I'm thinking of like wall mounting this. Obviously the plugs here do correspond, but that is on a to-do list. You can see, for example, this little mirror also has to get wall mounted. Those are just things, once again, to do and going into the main bathroom. The kind of vibe that we were going for in here was spa-esque, so we tied in a lot of the concrete with, once again, that walnut finish on the wood. It's funny, since the last video, you probably haven't seen this being filled with kid stuff, but my favorite time with Kira has to be bath time every night. So that's one nice thing about having a tub, which we didn't have in our previous spot, and just playing with little duckies running water over her. It is the absolute best. Like, this rubber ducky is my favorite piece of tech, if that's the thing, in the washroom. But what's really nice, I guess, like for us, this is all glass, so stepping into the shower, into here. So another partner, which we'll get to in a separate tour, is Growy. They did all of our washroom stuff. So something simple, like I haven't seen this before, just pressing a button. You've got the rain head coming down, which is nice, and to stop it. And for any of you building a house, have your controls away from the shower head. So if you want to control, say, the temperature, you're not being wet or not underneath the shower. That's a pro tip 101. Into here, we've just got my little throne room where I like to sit, the toilet room, maybe thinking of mounting a TV there. Something that I like to do. And you can see the rest of the washroom stuff kind of here. Got my little Smisky that I brought over from China. Since it's a little washroom toilet dude, he stands there always reminding me never to forget toilet paper, but just little things like this. These are missing from the house. These are just small little details. For some reason, our contractor decided to put 3, missed 1, missed putting up a mirror. I don't know. This is our washroom. Really happy with it, and you just got a nice view with all the natural light and the leaves there. People can see me naked if you want. So moving on from our bedroom, we've got the 2 other bedrooms upstairs. We've got a guest bedroom as well as Kira's room. Let's start off here first. This room has a bit more natural light, but you can also see a bookshelf, which is supposed to be in Kira's room, which we are currently building. We just have some walnut furniture here. Once again, Rove Concepts. This used to be our older bedroom set, which is still like matching, which is nice. You can see I've just got my luggage here, storage room. There is literally a TV sitting on the floor. Whoever stays in this bedroom, I'm sorry, you get a nice TV and a nice view. But that is bedroom 2. Back into here, we've got a split washroom. This one, similar vibe to ours, maybe a bit of echo, but just a bit smaller. And the only tech here, no one's used this washroom except for this. Kira has her bottle washer here because babies take up all the space. Moving on to Kira's room. And I know that the lighting might be a bit wonky here. Another pro tip for parents, black out your child's room because they need to sleep during the day. So this is just being completely blacked out. Her crib, she has the most tech in here, I swear. So she's got her little baby monitor. She has a little night lamp. She's got a sound machine. Kira is loaded up with tech, and here is this dresser that I spent all day yesterday building, breaking my back, IKEA stuff. But now Kira has a dresser with her master ball that I brought from Japan. That's Kira's room. And lastly, downstairs, which may be even more of a shit show than my studio. This needs work. I'm just gonna show this really quickly here. This one's raw. This place has just not been finished. For whatever reason, which I won't go into, this needs a lot of work. You can see that I'm trying to create a little home gym in this area. So I've got my old squat rack from my studio. This has honestly just become storage, just boxes, kitchen that needs to get finished, golf sim in that room. This is the basement, which frustratingly is just housing a ton of boxes, which I'll end down here at that, but I guess it's useful for something. So that is the end. And this is maybe the first time. Kira, do you want to smile? Kira slam, Kira slam. You might be meeting Kira. One of the big reasons for creating this house, for doing all this, is to, raise her, and some really special moments so far. Just beyond grateful with the option to work from home now. Being able to create content has all led to this moment. It's taken 4 years to build this house, but this was part of the roadmap, and she's in her cute little onesie, which is great. We've got Link here. Just beyond grateful. I know that some luck was involved. You want to hold on? Some luck was involved, but yeah, lots of luck. You can't eat that microphone. That is definitely a choke. Okay, you turned it off. Okay, slight little technical difficulty. We are working again. Maybe Kira should not put that into her mouth, but I was saying, lots of hard work has accumulated to this point. I'm just gonna end it at that. Thanks for joining. What else can I say? Just really happy to be in the spot finally. Okay, Kira, are you gonna say your first piece? Kira slam. See you guys. Bye.